everybody. I'm muted. Am I muted? I'm unmuted. So hi, everybody. Welcome to Grab Your Keys. I'm super excited to have everyone today. And my quick housekeeping is if you know anyone who might learn what the keys of success are, to share and like this podcast with your friends. So I'm super excited today to have a great friend of mine from the West Coast. Her name's Denise Prothe, and she is with Guild Mortgage, super rock star on the West Coast. And she is a premier lender, has been a premier lender for the last 17 years, helping all of her buyers and realtors get into mortgages. So I can't wait to learn more from you, Denise. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me, Sue. I'm so excited to be here. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So you're a constant 5-star rock star in the Portland area. Everyone loves doing business with you. How did you get started in this crazy mortgage business?
Well, I'll tell you, I have a business degree. I went to work in banking. I was a consumer loan officer in a branch at a bank. And I loved it. I was the number one producing consumer loan officer there, but it didn't pay real well. And I kept advocating for myself. And I realized, I think I might need to do something different. And one of my clients was in the mortgage industry. And I asked her, hey, would you tell me a little bit about what you do and what your day looks like? And she said, you know what, you'd be great. Why don't you come and talk to my boss and we'll see about getting you on board. And I said, sure, let's do it. And he said, you work for a bank, you get your leads, you need to write how you think you can go out and get some business. So before he would hire me, even though it was a 100% commission job, he made me write basically a business plan, how I plan to get some business before he would hire me. And so that's basically how I wrote my business plan. I ended up getting into the business as a result of that. He liked it. So
yeah. And what great advice for people getting into the mortgage business now, to write a business plan of how you're going to get business. I mean, do you continue to do that to this day?
I do. I do.
Fantastic.
And I'm writing it again as we speak.
For 2023.
For quarter four.
For quarter four even. Yes. So do you review your last 3 quarters and then know what you have to do to meet those goals in the fourth quarter?
Yes, but I mean, as you know, Sue, in this industry, we get things that come at us, like a 400-point sell-off in the mortgage-backed security market in a 1-month period.
Right.
So these are things that you can't plan for. So you have to kind of, okay, here's where we are now. What are we going to do differently? So it's just flexing when you see market conditions or circumstances change.
Right. And I think one of the things that you do so well is pivot. You really, I've watched you over the last couple of years. You definitely have grown into yourself and you pivot so fabulously. And I think knowing your business and knowing what makes you be on top of your game is so important. What do you feel your 3 keys to success are? Can you break those down for us?
Yeah, absolutely. I think what really catapulted me in the beginning was I just worked harder than anybody around me, really. I was working 7 days a week, 80 hours a week. I was going to the open houses. I was trying to make myself available to clients 24/7. I just worked really, really, really hard. And I did that for years. I would say until about 9 years ago. I was pretty much a one-man show. And I was getting pretty burnt out. And that's when I started hiring a team, because I realized if I'm going to grow, I can't keep working these kinds of hours. And so I started thinking about how to leverage myself at that point. But I would say, number one, my work ethic for sure is the number one key to my success. I just don't think there's a shortcut in that regard. And a lot of people think this industry is easy, and it isn't. it's you just have to keep doing the same things day in and day out and grind it out a little bit.
Yeah.
And
I definitely believe in the grind, and when you're in it and nose to the grindstone, grinding it, people who are successful in today's market, a lot of the time we make it look so easy, and it's not easy. There's years and years and years that we didn't take vacation and and didn't even realize that we were working the amount of hours that we were working, because we were just killing ourselves to just make a name for ourselves. And just think about that. You got into it 17 years ago, which was in 2005,
it was
2004.
actually a little longer than that. It's actually been, I think my website, I have to update it. It's been a little longer than that. So
Okay, so 20 years ago.
I think. Yeah, over 20 years.
So
yeah.
2002, we already went through that housing crisis bubble together.
Yes.
You know, that everyone compares then to now, which there isn't anything similar from then to now if you lived it.
I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you haven't either. So yeah, I think we just have to get back to the basics right now. I think that's been my mantra right now. I'm getting back to I'm doing an open house this weekend, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting back to what we did when we first got into the industry.
Definitely getting back to the basics. And I think making everyone understand that it's going to be okay. You know,
Absolutely.
we are the mortgage professionals. We know how to bob and weave and pivot constantly, and just making sure that they're working with the right mortgage professionals, but who know how to grind and know how to make them feel confident that we're there in their corner for the realtor and the borrower.
Yes.
What would you say? So work ethic, grind. What would you say the number 2 one is?
I think number 2 would be authenticity. I really truly care about the people that I work with, my realtor partners and my clients and any other partners that I have. I truly care about them. And I feel as though because of my longevity in the industry, I've become really good friends with a lot of them. And, you know, I love working with people that I like.
Mm-hmm.
And I love working with clients that I like. And I love working with first-time home buyers. And I always tell my first-time home buyers that I'm like the mortgage mom.
Yeah.
I feel that comes through when you care about people and you're authentic with people and you're honest with people. I think that comes through. And I honestly think that's a huge aspect to the key to any success.
So talking about your authenticity, what's something that you do special for your clients that you want to share with everyone? What's one of your special Denise special things?
One of the things I do bring closing gifts for number 1, but I mean, I take care of them throughout the entire process. So, you know, from the day that we have pre-approval, we also, if we're in a competitive market, we get a credit approval guarantee for them. We give them updates throughout the whole entire process. Both with my contract to close person does the email status updates, and I do the phone calls. And we just try to keep in really close contact. I want to stay in touch with them. I have client get-togethers after, about quarterly get-togethers, and one big one where everybody can come.
Yeah, that's great.
Just, I feel like getting to know them as individuals, I think that means more than anything. And, you know, I have people that I've been working with for practically the entire time I've been in business, and family members, and it's just
it's so great that you get to see like their little families like grow up and have families on additional families.
Yes.
And it's just I just find such joy in that.
I do too.
So work ethic, authenticity. What's the third?
I think my genuine care for people. I really love taking care of my clients. And if, you know, I always tell them there's no dumb questions. I am here for you throughout the entire process. If you want to, I mean, I try to be extremely available. If I'm not available, I have a team. I have a loan partner who takes care of my clients when I'm on vacation. I've got my contract to close people that help out with the paperwork. So I feel between all of us, we all know our referral sources. We all know our clients, and they all feel very comfortable with all of us. It feels like a team is helping you the entire time. So it's that care. And yeah, it kind of goes hand in hand, I think, with the authenticity.
So we're going to be, we have a live audience today. So anyone who wants to have questions for Denise, we can put in the comments as I'm also asking some questions. Denise, a wealth of information for sure. So Denise, you talk about your team a couple different times. What's your team comprised of? How do you decide who is a player on your team?
Well, I think we have to get along, first of all. We spend a lot of time together, and I want people that want to be in it for the long haul. And so it's been exciting for me as I've started to grow my team. The very first person who joined my team was Nicola, and she started with me about 9 years ago, and she was my contract to close. And when the two of us were together, what I noticed is it really freed me up to be able to go out and get new business and be out in the field more, because she was taking care of everything. And, with as far as client conditions and underwriting coordination and all of those things, monitoring the timeline, the pipeline. And so that really helped me get out and sell. What we noticed is that if I wanted to go on vacation or anything like that, her focus and her strength is paperwork. She's a little on the shyer side and doesn't love talking about locking rates or selling somebody. So she would always feel uncomfortable when I would leave. So when we got to a certain threshold, I said, okay, the next person I need a me. Right. I needed a salesperson, and I hired a gal that I'd known for more than a decade. She's been in the business forever. And I ended up hiring her about 5 years ago. And my goal with that was to eventually merge into a team. And we started to do that during COVID, and I've really seen that progression. And so Olivia and I really tag team a lot and help each other out. And we each have different strengths. And so she's actually a little bit more like you with the social media. So she's helping me push me a little bit more with the social media. Whereas, for me, I'm very program driven and education driven. And so and I'm a really good problem solver. So I feel like it's almost like the best of both worlds there, adding that. And then we added one more person to help us with admin during COVID. And Jessica was our last edition, and she's been with us for almost 2 years now. Wow. So my goal at this point is to try to hire people that never want to leave. Right. And I definitely, my attitude towards the team is that it's a team, it's not me. Okay. Because if I just say it's me, or my clients, no, it's our clients, and I really wanted everybody to feel bought in on it, because I feel if we all do, we're all going to succeed and we're all going to be successful. And these people, I think the people that I've asked to join my team are people that have great work ethic. They have great personalities. They have great client care. They are authentic and honest. And I look for those kinds of qualities, whatever somebody's strength is. I think if you are a hard worker, you're honest, you're on top of it, you're going to shine through. So that's what my team is made up of. And I think I hope we all stay together for years and years to come.
Yeah, that's amazing. How do you think you find the right team members? Do you think they just come to you? I know you've worked with it over time.
I feel kind of bad saying that, but I've kind of picked people off, right? who I've seen work in the company, because I've been with the company for a long time. And so, working in one place for such a long period of time, you see who has good work ethic, who has good customer service. You can see those things.
Yeah.
When I first hired Nicola, she was working with a loan officer who wasn't doing a lot of volume and asked if I would want to share. And, as we were working together, I could see it was just growing my business to a point where I said, hey, are you going to want to maybe at one point just work with me? She said, I'd love that.
Yeah,
So
why wouldn't she want to work with me? Of course.
And then I joke with her all the time about how we're going to be little old gray-haired ladies working together.
That would be
I hope
fabulous.
that happens.
I hope that happens for you too. So we have work ethic, authentic, and care.
Yeah.
And who do you admire?
I admire, who I admire? I admire working moms.
I know. That's so great.
I mean, it's such a hard job because when you think about how moms do tend to do the bulk of, and all my people are working moms. And so I admire working moms because they have so much on their plate, because not only do they work really hard when they're at work, I think they also do the bulk of the childcare.
Yeah, I love the working moms thing. I do. I mean, you're a working mom. I'm a working mom. I mean, we don't have babies anymore, but as they get older, there's more there's more things they can get in trouble with.
I know. So you and I are in the exact same spot there. So yeah, I love it.
So yeah, but I haven't had anyone else say working mom. So I love that. And that's super special. And working moms do have a lot on their plate.
I agree. And when I think about everything that my team, I mean, as you know, my daughter's a little bit older, she's in college, but the rest of my team has kids at home, and that's been really a challenge, seeing them balance work, especially through the busy COVID years, and taking care of their kiddos, and trying to keep everything together. I can only imagine what that was like.
Yeah, I think when we sit back and now that we have, I have 2 in college, you have 1 in college, I can honestly say when I sit back and think of, 9 and 12 or 6 and 9, when I'm at a conference and people are telling me, I try to just be so grateful I made it through those years in one piece. I don't know how I did. I know that people would say my house was a 3-ring circus at times.
Yeah.
But it takes a village, and you just really need to be confident in yourself to know you can ask for help and know that that's okay as you're going through that. And I think that's the only thing that made me be able to be the working mom that I was, and that I still am, is that I didn't mind asking for help when I needed it. And I think we've had that conversation too, and that we knew that we would have a nervous breakdown if we had to do it all.
Yeah.
And we weren't too proud to be like, hi, I don't want to have a nervous breakdown.
And I mean, honestly, I think that's why I ended up going the team route, because I really could see the benefits and being able to tag team with other people when you are raising a family. It's not all on your shoulders. And I think the thing about the ladies I work with is we're all willing to pick up the slack if someone's going through something or needs some time off, or whatever. It's a lot of respect. I think mutual respect for everyone on the team.
Yeah, the support is so good. Denise, what do you do for you?
What do I do for me?
What do you do for you?
I finding myself right now. I've done painting classes. I work out. I'm training for another half marathon in California. And yeah, I just try to keep really busy being out there over the summer. We're still having great weather here. Did a lot of paddle boarding out in the Northwest. It's, just trying to relax and spend time and keep in shape and all that good stuff, because I feel that helps me feel mentally alert too.
We had one of our people watching ask, how would you advise someone trying to foster relationships with their past clients? How would you
That's
How
a
would you
great question. One of the things that I do is I have Salesforce, and I don't know what, if you don't have a client
CRM,
CRM,
customer relationship manager.
get one. I would say definitely get one. But every week I go in and I have I do handwritten birthday cards for clients,
Mhm.
and personalize them and sign them myself.
Right.
And I also sometimes, if I haven't done it and their birthday's today, I'll text them, hey, happy birthday, or for
That's
Facebook
great.
friends, happy birthday. Stay in touch that way. That's one way. We have I always call them for first payments. That's another great way to reach out to someone early on in the transaction. And then I also I love clients because they, next to realtors, they're the biggest referral source I have. And
Mhm.
so, one of the things that I do is I do client appreciation parties. We just recently did a wine event at a winery, with a band and food, and we had a great turnout. And we're going to be doing a pumpkin patch
That's
next
great.
week. And that's fun too, because then you get to see the kids.
Yeah.
And so I like each of them for different reasons. And then during COVID, we did client parties about every other month. And so just trying to stay in touch with them. And as a result, they refer us to their friends and family, and they, ping me with questions that aren't even related to, the mortgage. I just got invited to one of my clients' wedding receptions.
Yeah, that's great. I was just at a conference last week. I'm so upset that you weren't there, but I was at a conference last week, and they said that 82% of past clients don't use the mortgage person that they used initially. 82%. That means we're only the average loan officer is only retaining 18% of their past clients. When you actually do the math on how much money you're losing, that you're leaving on the table by not cultivating that database, it's insane.
Well, I think that's what you have to do, is you have to get a CRM. One of the things that we did track last year is our client retention.
Mm-hmm.
And as a company, we retained about 60% of our clients.
That's
which
wonderful.
is huge. And I credit that directly to Salesforce. And whatever it is, I'm not a Salesforce necessarily advocate, but whatever kind of CRM you have, to where you can have tasks every single day that you have to go through and call them, send them a card. Is it time to refinance? Did they list their house? Is there a credit pull? All those things. Reach out.
Yeah, definitely all those ticklers are vital, especially in the market that we're in today.
Absolutely.
If you were going to be another profession, what other profession would you be besides mortgage?
That's so funny. I've actually thought about this, and I've had friends who've actually said you should do this, and I might do this in retirement. I would like to be a fitness and health coach for middle-aged women.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that'd be super good.
yeah. I think
I'd be great at that.
I think I would. I think I would. I feel very passionate about it, and there's times I almost wish I could do it now, but I feel super passionate about it. My loan partner even said that.
Yeah, I would be afraid of you if I was one of your clients. You would definitely kick my butt. So, okay, so we can just wait a decade for that, Denise, and then I'll hire you. So you'll be in about another decade or two. I might be ready for you.
Philadelphia.
So, besides being a fitness coach and being the rock star mortgage person that you are, what's in the future for Denise?
Well, like I said, I'm training for a half marathon right now. I'm super excited about that. We are next month, we're moving our post office, and so I'm super excited about that, because we're going to be in a really good location in a downtown area that is going to have a lot more access than where we were. We were kind of tucked away. And so we're super excited. I think Olivia and I are going to be going down on Friday and starting to move stuff over. So that is something that I'm really excited to get more involved in, that community down at the coast. But I'm just going to keep working hard And
as you do a great job of, as you grind and are authentic and care about your clients. If people wanted to get in touch with Denise, how do they get in touch with you?
well, my phone number,
Do they just Google you?
they can Google. I'm all over Google. Denise Prothe. Yes, all over. I'm with Guild Mortgage. You know, my webpage is on there. They can Facebook me,
Well,
Instagram me.
We can just social media in any way, shape, or form.
Yes.
So, well, this
Use
will
my
be up on all
inspiration.
our social media. So we can't wait for everyone to see it. If they didn't catch it, if they didn't catch Grab Your Keys, they can catch it on a Spotify or Apple podcasts and anywhere where podcasts are. So thank you so much for joining me, Denise.
Thank you,
You've been
Sue.
a wealth of information. I'm so happy that you're a friend of mine and share so much with our community. And we have
you, Sue.
well, thank you.
You're amazing.
We have some great shows coming up, and just remember, share and like, and we will see you next time on Grab Your Keys.
Thank you, Sue.
Thank you.